Tak, zdar na zdar, radši jsem to ani neukončoval tu hru, jenom jsem si to uložil a pokračuju tamhle za Annou Henrietou. Jo, moment. Musím dobít život. Tak, ještě mi došla jedna věc vlastně, ale já ten zmí meč mám v truhle, že jo? Já bych si mohl už vzít ten zmí meč a tady to je blbý, že ty popisky jsou strašně velký a nejde v tom scrollovat. O nic. Tak jo, veď mě. Statečná ženo.
To be honest, every last man Jacques in these parts has but one.
Jako sluší, toto se musí nechat, no. CD Projekt to nadizajnoval ty jejich grafici dobře.
On second thought, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish, while I nab the phoenix egg. That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
The unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs around over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Má to takovou pěkně atmosférickou hudbu, takovou jako zneklidňující. Moment, kde je ten? Tady je unicorn a tady je golden fish, že jo? Jo, už to začalo. Uhni. Ježiš, kde je ten? Můžu tam... Ne, to se asi zabiju. Ne, dobře, přežil jsem. Tak, unicorna, jdem na něj. Se mi vybavuje... jak se to jmenovalo? Animal therapy. O Poníkovi, jak říká, že občas ho berou na ty dětský oslavy, kde mu přimontujou dildo na hlavu a musí předstírat, že je jednorožec. Axii? Ne, můžu použít Axii. Axii. Ach jo, to je demence. Jak to, že utíká, když je očarovaný?
Easy now.
Jak to urval, tyjo. Dobrý. Jdem lovit rybku, to bude ještě větší prča.
Flagrant cheating is what it is. Sirs, We must teach this scamp some proper sportsmanship.
Není čas.
Listen, I didn't break any rules.
True, he won fair and square. We were unlucky, that's all. We must try to grab the next clue.
Tak jedájský, můžu to točit tu kameru, to je šílený, ale. Palácové zahrady, výborně. Tak hurá dolů k vodě a jde se překazit obřad krále kormorána. Kde to je? Okay. Jo, jo.
Sure, if you're a peasant.
Můžu to prozkoumat? Cukrátko jsem dostal, výborně. Jo, a zase to zmizelo, že jo? Ty zvýrazněný předměty. Musím vylízt. Potopit se. A teď to uvidím a pak to zase zmizí, až tady ten vyberu. Karamelka. Ne, dobrý, hele, svítí furt, zaplať pánbu. Tak poslední. Doufám, že mi to někdo nevyčajzne před nosem. A zatraceně.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering, my queen. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly coursed of trace, in my domain I await that moment
Fakt
of
sebranka
grace.
těch šlechtických
When a
degenerátů.
soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift, fitting tribute.
Dej to sem, tyjo.
A key.
Why, you bomb-botched wretch!
He's ruined the game! Disgraceful!
Tady zničil nám to znova. Co je to? Tady je něco, co bych mohl sebrat? To je černošípek, ne? Tuším. Tak, zpátky za kněžnou. Hele, neukradl jsem ti to náhodou už. Divný.
Yes, a face no intent could help.
Ach jo, to běhání to nesnáším. Kde je ta čůza? Tak.
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity. All shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Let's see. Grown with ease gives us green, right? And mouse with the head of hard cheese. Greenhouse?
You're a genius. Several greenhouses in the gardens, indeed, but only one looks. The key
No,
to which
mi
looks
přijde, že
just
v
like the
angličtině
one
to
we
dávalo větší smysl.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Ta do češtiny udělaná hádanka byla taková... Nevím, kdybych to nevěděl, tak bych na to asi nepřišel na první pokus.
Wait here.
Stejná čůza jako Yennefer, akorát, že tahle čůza... Hele, Detlav. Akorát, že tahle čůza to má jenom díky prachům a nějakýmu prostě, nějaký setrvačnosti z toho postavení, když to Yennefer opravdu je schopná a i když je to protivná kráva, tak prostě aspoň něco umí, no. Tady lasička jenom je malej rozmazlený fracek. Takže bude další souboj. Já nemám obnovený ty elixíry. Nemám tu černou krev obnovenou do prčic.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Plenty. Even more of the guilty, though. You're next.
I think not. You see, I've something to do still.
More murders?
Just one. Not counting yours.
No, v civilu je Detlav teda větší fešák, to se musí nechat potom. A kde mám proti upírům? Tady někde nahoře, ne? Jo. Čeká, co tam mám na tom meči? Mně přijde, jako kdybych tam měl... Jako, já tam mám 3 oleje na jednou? Mám tam nekrofágy, upíry a relikty? To se stalo jak? Moment. Já se omlouvám, ale já mám někde ve schopnostech, že tam můžu mít 3 oleje najednou? Najednou můžeš meč potřít až 3 různými oleji? A to už bylo předtím? Já si to nevybavuju teďka, jestli tohle tam už takhle bylo. Ale nejspíš jo. Vím, že tam určitě bylo, že se nesetřou, ale nejsem si jistý těma 3 volejma. A to asi... můžeš toho nechat? Já tady přemýšlím ještě nahlas. Jo, mám ještě 3 ty. Detlav je teda drsňák. Přijde mi teda, jestli to nějak jako nestížili tu obtížnost, protože si nevybavuju, že, teda jako jasně, kromě toho, že nemůžu mít ty 3 elixíry, což je teda jako fakt trapný. To abych předělal teda svůj build, asi. Hrozně pomalu se mi načítá ta výdrž na ty znamení. Já si asi nebudu moc dávat už toho... Teď nevím, ten gryfí odvar, ale budu muset používat ten echidní a ten ekymaří, protože mě teďka hrozně nakládají. A já to nestíhám prostě doléčit. Černá krev mu nic nedělá, mi přijde. Mám toxicitu, která mě bude zabíjet. Jsem mrtvej, ne? Ne, to je naskriptovaný, že já ho vlastně nemůžu zabít, teď mi to došlo. Jo, to končí animací, že on zdrhne. Tak proto jsem mu nic nedělal.
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Tyhle souboje, který končí prostě jakoby přednastaveným nějakým scénářovým krokem a vy se snažíte jak debilové a prostě nejde to dohrát. Protože to mělo skončit takhle, že jo, aby on mě mohl zabít a skočil tam Regis. To je... Nevím, nemám to rád.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance to apologize.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Samozřejmě se bavili o výpravě do Vilgefortzova hradu, zase kde šla ta kompanie, že jo, z knížek Geralta a on ho tam nějak zapavil rozstavenou nějakou lávou nebo něco takového.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
So you being here, it's no coincidence?
Your powers of deduction seem to have waned not one bit. I'm happy. I came here for Detlef. I fear he's become entangled, landed himself in serious trouble.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Detlef is, how would you humans put it, more bestial than I am. But not to worry, I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one knight since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Zajímavé.
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Vampires rarely help humans. Must have had his own agenda, hunting the beast.
You err. He slew it for one reason alone. The monster killed a lad who once in the street had offered Dettlaff an apple, expecting nothing in return.
Terribly noble of him.
You do not have a monopoly on altruism, my friend. Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. Which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of empathy.
Each vampire has a unique talent. One they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Dettlaff's trump card is his herd instinct. His tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Dettlaff doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, inventing his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Gotta find him, before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you Dettlaff is no monster.
Fine, all right already. But for now, evidence is stacking up against him.
Hear that?
The posse. Knights must have tracked me here.
I'd prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Jak to, že mi zmizely ty elixíry, nebo teď na to koukám vlastně? No, Griffey, no já nevím, no, asi už ho používat teda nebudu. Nebo bych to mohl teda celý překopat, ale je to fakt divný, že předtím ta toxicita byla v pohodě na ty 3 odvary a teďka mě to prostě nefunguje a fakt nevím proč. Není tady někde? Nějaký háček v tom musí být. Buď něco upravili. No všechny perky, které jsem měl, tam mám prostě, nic mi nechybí. Jako jo, můžu si pak časem dát třeba klesající toxicita. No, tohle je zbytečný, petardy nepoužívám. Já fakt nevím, proč mi to přestalo fungovat. A neby se ta toxicita měla automaticky nějak zvyšovat, kdykoliv přidám jakoby ten schopnost do toho perku, jestli si to dobře vybavuju. Něco prostě museli změnit a jsem z toho fakt otrávený. Jo, já si hodím na sebe teda znova ty... Schválně, není to tady někde ještě popsaný? Jako vypiju jeden, mám toxicitu 50, vypiju druhý, mám toxicitu 50, takže 100. A mám 174, vypiju třetí a mám toxicitu 150. Jo, aha, já se na to nedostanu, na tu toxicitu, jo. Dobře, není tady někde, že bych jako mohl si přečíst tady. A to mi nic neřekne. No. Jo, tohle jsem chtěl. Ne, to mi neříká, kdy je pro mě ta toxicita smrtelná. Dobře. A zase bez toho Griffeyho nebudu tankovat tu damage, no to je na houby. Řekne mi to někde tady třeba ta hra? Tady z toho nic nikde nevyčtu. Výuka. Nemůže tady být mutageny. Smysly zbraně, znamení, šplh. To mi toho hodně řeklo. Předměty. Elixíry. No. Tady nikde o tom není. Co takový mutageny? Ne, mutageny. Mě vyloženě vytáčí, když je ve hře nějaký mechanismy a není přesně popsaný, jako jak to funguje. Vývoj postavy, obory schopností. A ještě vlastně já bych měl mít, že každý naučený každý naučený recept mi snižuje tu nebo jakoby tu snášenlivost, ne přece. S každým naučeným receptem jedna. Jsem myslel, jestli to neponerfovali totiž. Ale vypadá to, že a bylo tam jako 0,5, nebylo to víc náhodou. Je to divný. No, dost zdržování, přibyly tady nějaký úkoly. Hlavní úkoly teda tam je takhle z bláznů. Vedlejší. Nějaká dražba, nájemný rytíř. Okresní přebor. Jo, to je ono, no, ten skalikský turnaj. Všechny chybějící karty ze skelikského balíčku. Mám 2 z 19. Svrdlikání, všude dobře. A vydej se na Corvo Bianco. Kašlu na všechno a jdu na Corvo Bianco. No, questíků je tady víc než dost. Jo, ještě ten medvědí... Tu medvědí zbroj, že jo, bych mohl... Mapa není úplně z největších, ale jako taky se tady dá užít. No ona zase tak vlastně malá není, konec konců. Tak já asi udělám nejdřív, když jsem tady, tak zajdu tady na vývězku. Podíváme se na náměstí. Mám tam tu? Jo, teď. Má smysl to tady se snažit lootovat, nic tu nesvítí ani. Jak se odsaď dostanu? Tady tudy asi ne. Co se ti nelíbí na mých jizvách? Aha, co pak je to? Není to poslíček vody, Nefer, náhodou?
Sir! Sir! A letter for you, sir!
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Mu něco dám, ne?
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
Říkali, že mám být šlechetnej a podobný ty keci, tak můžu být
My
šlechetnej.
dear Geralt.
Že tam zmizel nějaký člověk.
I imagine you hot on the trail of some nasty monster. Or is it an overly complex curse this time? Oh, Geralt, I wish I knew for certain. Whatever is keeping you busy, perhaps you'll need a break. For those moments, I offer you this intriguing little mystery I happened on in an old manuscript I bought off a merchant from Nazaire. The tome's author claims a certain Professor Moreau once called Beauclair home, and this professor conducted research into Witcher mutations. I don't know much else, but I suspect that alone might pique your interest. The tome mentioned a journal interred with the scholar when he passed. It could very well lead you to his laboratory. I'm enclosing a map I found folded in the tome. It's smudged in a few places, but I hope it proves useful anyway. Please be careful and come back to me quickly. Your Triss.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
Jo, tak ten dopis mu pošle ženská, se kterou vlastně vy zůstanete. Já si to naposled pamatuju, že to byl dopis od Yennefer a teda poslala mu to Triss. V tomhle případě, protože teď já jsem zůstal s Triss, že jo. No. Dobře, takže já udělám 2 věci. Půjdu na Corvo Bianco se podívat. A pak si půjdu udělat tady ten quest doktora Morrowa, který z... Wow, kam jsem to vlez? Tady jsou nějaký meče? Není tady obchodník? A pak si půjdu udělat ten mutační quest. Jsem vlastně komu jen tak do baráku. Wow. Spící měšťanka netuší, že jí tedy kradu a zhasínám svíčky.
Your boots could use some polish, vagrant.
Co říkala, že moje boty jsou...
No touching. Do not even dare. No touching.
Nějaká afektovaná, ne? No dobře, co máš tady? Vejvrtka, ta se hodí, když jsme v tomhle kraji. Divný. A je tam značka ale alchymisty, tak možná, že tam... Co to je Jo, voňavkář, já jsem chtěl říct veterinář.
Whoa! A witcher! A serious client at last. Tell me, what do you need? Honeysuckle, Ganesha petals?
Show me what you've got in stock.
No páni. Má elixír očisty. Nebo obnovy. Moment. Jeden je očisty a druhý je obnovy? Co to dělá? Dovednostní body utracené vývoj mutací. Ale je to samý, ne? Mutageny utracené na vývoj mutací vráceny nebudou. Dobře. Na vývoj mutací. A teď to je to samý? Úplně tomu teďka nerozumím, nebo tím je myšleno jako ty mutageny, jak jsem spojoval dohromady? Ale mutageny utracené na vývoj mutací vráceny nebudou. To podle mě souvisí nějak s tím morouem. Ale co pak to má? Recept transmutátor slabšího. Jo, to je na transmutátor. Jasně, teď já jsem úplně zapomněl, že tady bude transmutátor. Jsem taky nikdy pořádně nepoužíval. Ne, houby vlastně používal. Jo, oni se budou ty body hodit, kolik jich mám hromadu. Teď si vzpomínám, já jsem na to úplně zapomněl. Pak jsem to dlouho nehrál. Hele, dobrý vědět. Budem... Kde máš dveře? Tady. Ta kamera, jak se divně otáčí. Určitě si tady hodím na mapu značku. Tak, tady hnedka vedle bych měl mít tu nástěnku, že jo? To přehání s tím chlastem, ne, tyjo, tam dáví tady týpek zase, tyjo, leží tam ožralej. Vývězka tady už ji vidím. Šup. Všechno vybraný, super. Tak kam bych mohl chtít jít teď na to Corvo Bianco? Jsem slepej, kde ten? Tady je rozcestník, dobrý. No, zbývá 15 minutek. Palácové zahrady, turnajiště, Corvo Bianco.
Who would have thought? Knights trading in wine, while some witcher guards the common folk.
The White Wolf himself. The White Wolf himself.
Jsou taky všichni nějak pod vlivem, ne?
Welcome home, sir. I am Barnabas Basil Faulty. By order of the Duchess, I shall serve you as Major Domo of Corvo Bianco. I previously served with distinction at the Nibli family manor and in Nazaire with Admiral Rompali, who, as you are certain to know, is an extraordinary, demanding gentleman.
Whoa, Barnabas Basil. One thing you ought to know. I'm not your typical landed gentleman. Truth be told, this is the first real property I've ever owned.
Oh, in that case, you must leave it all to me. I shall organize, see to everything, and whip the house into order. I dare say this place will soon be the most prosperous vineyard around.
Great. Can already see I'm in good hands. Vineyard comes across as a place with a rich history. Know who owned it before me?
Baron Rossel, who went bankrupt, forcing him to sell the estate to the Duchess. The Baron, in turn, had purchased it from Monsieur Bolius of the Headsman, a truly colorful man of Ketweni origin.
He was actually a headsman?
No, not him, but his grandfather. Indeed. Apparently, he was a common cut-purse who somehow secured for himself the post of ducal headsman in Beauclair. Went about his work with an exceptional penchant. They say he chopped off more heads than there are grapevines in the ducal vineyards. He never hesitated, not once. Never sliced unevenly, never botched a job. For his exemplary service, the Duke granted him a title and this estate. Monsieur Bolius, on the other hand, was an engineer in his younger years. Once retired, he settled here and took to producing wine. Sadly, misfortune struck and he lost his sense first of smell, then of taste. Additionally, he could not drink alcohol. His medic forbade it.
Shame that. He gave up making wine.
Not at all. He made even more of it. Began throwing wild balls to which he'd invite friends from far and wide in order to treat them to his wine and delight in the fact that at least someone could enjoy it.
Oh.
It's the sort of man he was, Monsieur Bolius.
Mind giving me a little tour de Corvo Bianco?
Not in the least. Follow me, please. I think it would be practical to begin on the hill.
On má vlastně stejný brejle, jako já jsem získal na té dražbě. To bych je mohl nosit taky, aby si nemyslel. Byli bychom dva brejlouni.
Behold, sir, your estate in all its splendor.
Pretty vast.
Indeed. And now, sir, allow me to show you a handful of interesting details. Follow me, please.
Been a major domo all your life?
Yes, I come from a long line of major domos. My father was a major domo, as was my grandfather before him, as was my great aunt. In fact, she was the one to start the tradition.
Great aunt?
A hard woman. It is said that already as a child, she knew where she was going and went there. When she arrived in Beauclair, she signed on as a chambermaid at one of the vineyards, then slowly worked her way up to Major Domo. She dragged the rest of the family up the same path.
A bushel of grapes is more a burden than that steel of yours.
The servants' quarters. I occupy the green home. With the Duchess's permission, I have hired a full staff. Their salaries to be paid from the ducal treasury.
Nice of her.
Not the most sightly part of the estate, I admit. But I think it's worthwhile for you as master of the domain to know where the help stays.
I work for
Baron Rossel ordered the vines in this part of the estate uprooted and olive groves planted in their place. They look beautiful, especially come spring.
Don't look at all bad now, either.
Down below lies your vineyard, where we grow a strain of Carfanere, one of the world's oldest. Aged in oak barrels, it provides for an exquisite wine with distinct blackberry, wild cherry, plum, and cinnamon notes. Marvelous.
Have to try it one of these days.
Bread acts as spring to your step. Wine adorns
Foul
your
magic
head.
works by the daughter's suit. All on
Tady
account of
kecaj.
Nice well. Picturesque.
Yes, though it ran dry long ago. During the raucous feasts Master Bolius held, he would order it filled with wine. There's a tale about a guest attending a Bolius ball for the first time and thus unaware of the custom. He had suffered great heartbreak and had decided to end his life by jumping into the well. The festivities were coming to a close, and the well was nearly empty when the suicidal guest finally jumped. Instead of killing himself, he merely broke his legs. To numb the pain, he drank the wine.
Drank himself to death?
Not at all. When found the next day, he had concluded he'd witnessed twin miracles. The water had been changed into wine, and he had survived. He retired to a monastery in the Dragon Mountains and began
Tady vlastně bude i to s tím lebedou, že jo, ta socha a ta hrobka. Tady toho bude hodně co dělat, no.
Monsieur Bolius, his wife Nina, kept a garden here. A supremely lovely place it was.
Bit neglected now.
I agree. Yet nothing stands in the way of restoring it to its former glory, and once again planting it with herbs and other vegetation.
Co už jsme skončili?
Madame Nina planted diminutive, delicate flowers and herbs here. One might say their aroma still hangs in the air.
You're quite the romantic, Barnabas Basil.
And what do you get for all that work? A crook in your back once you're on in years.
Every single lady keeps a devil somewhere shady.
This served as an additional wine cellar in years of plentiful harvests.
Bit of work and it'll make a fine stable for Roach.
On má bagetu? Jen tak to takhle tam žere, jo.
The cellars, voila. During Monsieur Bolis's time, wine was kept here, but Baron Rossel used it to store olive oil as well. I took the liberty of cleaning up the
Mě trošku unavuje.
I made while fighting the Bruxa. Thanks, Barnabas Basil. Appreciate it.
The book of lust is hard and girthy.
Paní bolí záda. A noha. Hexenšus. Střela čarodějnice.
As you can see, the facade is, how to put it, slightly stained. But one cannot deny it, a certain subtle southern charm.
True, though it could use a bit of subtle paint.
And welcome inside. On the left is the master bedroom. On the right, the dining hall and kitchen. Upstairs, you shall find the guest room, currently used for storage.
Not a bad idea.
At the moment, the house is only minimally furnished. Yet I believe we will, together, devise some innovative arrangements. A few paintings, for instance, would breathe new life into the abode immediately. With that, sir, you've seen the full lay of the land. Corvo Bianco is a beautiful estate. Though one must admit, time has taken its toll. Forgive me for being forward, but if you were to choose to invest a small sum towards its beautification, consider me at your service on the matter.
Think I'll take you up on that. Be sure to come and see you if I decide to do any remodeling. Mentioned the place could stand to be spruced up.
Oh, most decidedly, sir. The question is where you would like to begin this rejuvenation.
Been thinking about the outer walls. Maybe a fresh coat of paint or some patching.
If I might dare to make a suggestion, why not start with a general renovation? I once oversaw such work at Admiral Rompelli's summer residence. The effects were simply breathtaking. Not only did the residence positively sparkle afterwards, but we also made room to display the Admiral's armor and weapons, of which he was a passionate collector.
5000, jo.
It's in your hands then. Make the place shine.
I shall get to work immediately. Within a day's passing, I shall have sent for the crew which rebuffed the Admiral's residence. They are the finest specialists.
Vidím, jak přesně dojde k tomu, co jsem říkal dřív, že mimo nahrávání budu vybírat všechny ty skrýše na Skellige a prodávat je u Hattoriho, abych měl peníze na Corvo Bianco.
Is there anything else you require, sir?
Mám dostatek? Nebo já myslím, že nemám, co?
Oh, yes. The way I see things, given your...
Už ty toho kecání nějak moc. Stůl na opravu zbrojí, brusný kotouč na ostření mečů. To je asi jedno.
Of course. No one would...
1000, to bych dal.
Of course. I shall... Will you be needing anything else?
Stůl na opravu zbrojí si tam dáme.
Rompelli once hired a special...
Good. Order...
Immediately, sir. I expect... Will you be needing anything else?
To je zatím všechno asi. BB. Barnaváš Bazil, no jo, BB. A tady je nahoře moje truhla, že jo. Ale mě už končí na... Teď je to tady jak v pastoušce. No, mě už končí nahrávání. Takže já se rozloučím. Pověsím si tady nějaký obrazy, jestli mám... Měl bych mít ten od těch trpaslíků, že jo, a ten... jak je tam ta iris a to... Hele, jo, tady si pověsím iris s tím druhým cápkem. S Olgirdem, tak. Tady bych mohl dát meč nějaký. No. A kudy se jde nahoru do schodu? Kuchyň. Nevím, jestli se dá něco vylepšovat, no to půjde. Ale kde mám